Let's just run this one through with no plan.
Sparkles are a little much.
Town.
I'm really ready
Da-na-na-na.
for the final round.
Da-da-da-da.
And I'm ready.
Da-da-da-da.
Quinn, where'd you go?
Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
Banana.
Oh god.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Alright.
Banana.
He started it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
We're here.
Banana.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Let's go. Welcome to the finals of Digital Flow Battles Season 4. Just kidding, Season 3. I'm ready for this to get started. And as you just heard, welcome back to another episode of Digital Flow Battles. This time we have the final battles going on. It's gonna be stacked and crazy. Who do we got going on this?
We have Hugo versus Hannes and Elis versus Ethan. All four of these athletes have worked super hard to get to where they're at, and they've all gone up against some really, really strong, talented athletes to get to here as well. So we want to do kind of a little bit of a recap and see what they did to get to this point in the finals.
So the first athlete we're going to check out is Hugo. In the first round, he was up against Johan, and he came in really strong with a side pre, a double flyaway, and a swing cast stomped out really clean. And then on the second round, he was up against Brigham. Brigham came in with a super clean style, and it was really sick to see his transitions. Hugo answered back with a clean run when he stomped a side pre up at height. He came down with a couple more bar moves. That swing double full was sick, and always coming really clean with his lines. And in the final round against Ethan, he put up yet another clean line, getting all of his connections really smooth and just landing really nicely on all of his lines. And unfortunately, that wasn't enough to take him to the battle for first and second. He will be going for that third spot place versus Hannes, who's the next athlete up.
And Hannes got here from that other side of the bracket. In round one, he had to go up against Jim, and Jim gave him a run for his money. He threw into a lot of difficult stuff, but Hannes answered. He had the skull crusher double in there, and then of course finishing with his classic 720 dive roll, which he has so good, and it's always so cool to see. Yeah, and that's not an easy move. Hannes' round two battle was up against Cohen, and of course that one was not able to happen because of pandemic issues there, but Hannes still came in with a really nice line. He had that double A-twist over the gap, and honestly just flowed so nicely around the whole line there. And of course, the round three semifinals battle was against Elis, and that one was probably one of the hardest battles we've ever had. Hannes came in with that full end to start, and it was so nice, and then he flowed over to that grass section, of course, finishing with that 720 dive roll again, which is, again, not an easy move in any way.
It's kind of becoming a mark or a signature move for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely. Elis did edge him on that one, but that does not mean Hannes' journey is over. He is also gunning for that third place spot, so it's going to be him or Hugo.
Alright, next athlete we're going to be checking out is going to be Ethan, coming from Cincinnati. This boy is going to be battling for that first place spot against Elis today. Let's go ahead and just check out his journey really quickly though. Alright, in round one, we had Ethan coming out against Riso, and Ethan threw down one of the most creative lines I have seen probably from him in my personal opinion, coming in with the double Kong right into 360 cart into pop casts with really clean connections, and then flowing over to over the block, and then just to the cart dub onto the concrete, making sure that he had some difficulty. I like the way that Ethan always has creativity and difficulty flowed into everything. In round two, Ethan chose to use the spot that he won season 1 with, which was probably a really good choice because in this spot he has a lot of different options to make different kinds of lines. And in this line, he chose to use really difficult transitions throughout the entire time to set him up for his more difficult moves throughout the line. I really like the way that he ended it with the cart full hyper broken, whatever you want to call it. That's a really sick move though, I like it a lot. Ethan did end up taking that battle against Alexander, allowing him to move up into the semifinals where he got a battle with Hugo. As always, Ethan had a super flowy line with everything being really connected, but there was a lot of difficulty thrown in, especially with that side flip pre, and then also just the low hang cast at the end there too. Really good line. Yeah, really good line. And as history has showed, Ethan did take that battle against Hugo in the semifinals, allowing him to move up into the finals to battle Elis now for first and second place.
Now, the final competitor that we have to talk about is the boy from Sweden, Elis Torhall. Yeah. Man, Elis, he's just got such a crazy style, and I love it. And so, yeah, in the first round, he actually did get a freebie. Again, due to pandemic reasons, he wasn't able to have a competitor against, but still put in one of the nicest lines that I've seen from him. And he took us with a big surprise. He touched up on the bar, just did a swing cast, nothing else on the bar, but came around, used the bar actually as a transitional move to get to, like, a sick Jonah unfold, Jonah full down? Unfold.
I think.
It was unfold, yeah. And that brought him obviously straight into the second round where he was up against Jasper, but Elis came in hard with this line. He did a fat side pre with some risk right behind it, like far drop, transitioned super cleanly into the very first full in that we have seen in the digital flow battles. Elis, like, man, big props for that line. That blew all of our minds. We were taking that victory did put him up into the semifinals up against Hannes. Now this matchup here was one for the books. It was one of the hardest matches we had. Hannes obviously came in with that full in, but Elis answered that. He had the swing double gainer, he had the con gainer, he had the double full, all cleanly transitioned, no extra steps, maybe slightest hand touches, but how can you dock it when there's all these crazy moves in your line? Like, I'd like to see anybody else do a line like that and be any cleaner than he was. Amazing job again, Elis and all the semifinalists, but we need to get into these final rounds. This is going to be a sick battle, and we're going to check out who is battling for that third place round first. So let's get up Hugo and Hannes. Where you at? Where you at?
Alright, so we are going to check out Hugo's line first, so let's put that up on the screen. Hugo, starting with nice side precision, flowing around. Ooh, I love that he's at an outside spot right now. Ooh, very nice safety full. And, ooh, nice, very good scoot to back cork. Finishing with a very clean cork. Very clean. One thing I've been saying about Hugo this whole time is I would love to see his style on an outside spot, and so I really like that he used that for his finals line.
And it is super nice to see him going outside and flowing, and it hasn't stopped his flow. Everything's really clean and stomped, just like always, that classic Hugo style. And really the only thing we would want to see is a little bit more difficulty, but we know you're super young, you're going to develop that style, so we're excited for that. We're going to be following you for sure.
And I've been following Hugo for quite a while now, and if you go to his Instagram, it is mainly like inside. So I'm hoping that this experience allows him to get more comfortable going outside, and we see more training outside, because we do know that he has some difficulty under his belt, and you know, maybe just the outside is just not exactly your realm just yet. So hopefully you go out, take some more of your tricks outside, and you know, create some of those banging lines I've seen you do inside, man. But this finals line was crazy nice, because I love the way that you were able to keep the connection, you were able to flow through all the connections, and then there was, you know, a good level of difficulty for like concrete. A lot of people don't feel comfortable throwing fulls on concrete. You know, you did it in a way that you stomped it and you moved through it. So good job, my dude. That was awesome.
Plus, that itself just adds to the difficulty. Even if it might not have been the most difficult tricks, just doing them on concrete, in my opinion, adds to the difficulty as well.
Yeah, especially landing as clean as he did too. Yeah, loved it. Really good job, my dude.
Alright, and that was Hugo. Who we got now, buddy?
Hannes. Hannes coming in with Kong pre with a punch. Rudy. Ooh, nice corner ball to set him up to go direction. Get some obstacle use to swing gainer. Nice, good. Some more flow. Getting that obstacle use in. Side flip to set him up to go in the direction. Nice. Ooh, and then dub full. Stomping it too. Nice, dude. Nice, clean line. I enjoyed how you kept like a really steady pace that entire time, and you got a lot of obstacle use in. And I think your obstacle use probably could have used a little bit more difficulty, but just making sure that you got around and touched a lot of stuff, that's always nice. And then, you know, you did it in a manner that looked really clean and fun. And then, yeah, stopping out like with those clean tricks, man, really good job on that. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
One thing I would say for Hannes' line is I love that he always packs his line with difficulty. I would like to see a little bit more control on his transitions. I just feel like sometimes they look a little bit stumbly. But other than that, it's like that line was put together so well. He flowed everything really nice, and he stomped his hard tricks. So
Yeah, and more on the flow. I really think that out of all of his lines so far that I've seen from him, this is probably one of the more flowy lines, and which is perfect for this competition, obviously. But he covered a lot of ground, and he used lots of good moves to get to each of these places. And so, flow-wise, that one was pretty up there for you, Hannes. Nice job.
Yeah. Good job, Hannes and Hugo, on that round. Good luck to you guys in the voting and the judging, and I hope you the best. And
I hope you the best.
he does know it. I do.
And now it's time for a commercial break with our sponsors.
And then we get to go to the finals.
Yes.
The finals?
Yes.
Yeah, the finals!
Welcome back.
Alright, you already know the final round is gonna shut up. Again, this final round is going to be Ethan Guzman versus Elis Torhall. They're coming in so strong with their moves, but I'm not even gonna say anything else. Let's just go right up and put Ethan up on the screen right now. Please do it. Come on, right now. I want it so bad. Give it to me.
No,
Give it to me.
I won't.
Give it.
You can't have it.
Alright, looks like a new spot from Ethan. Haven't seen him at this place before. What's he setting up for? Okay, calm front into the... Ooh, what is that? I don't even know that move. Into the... Squeeze that right in. I love the transitions.
so well.
Ooh, into the sick... Oh my gosh, like, Ethan, we can't even describe your style. You've got so many moves. Ooh, side swipe. I love that. Yes, into the tag double. Dang. Wow. Jeez, that was tagged. I was trying to keep up with that, but there was no way I could keep up with anything that was going on. Like,
Holy
how many moves are there? Like, at least 10 different moves, transition through. Like, I think there was maybe a little bit of a run somewhere in the middle of there, but honestly, like, so much to keep track of. You can't even think about a run when you're trying to figure out what moves are going on there.
No.
Gosh. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I think for me, the only thing I noticed with this line that I would kind of dock him points for at all would just be that little run in the middle that you kind of talked about. I think it's like after he does dub cork and then the weird transition into that, I don't even know, the grab thingy. But he kind of just runs over to that other area. But even then, it's like, I mean, everything was planned out super well. He had difficulty in there. I mean, he threw 2 dubs in there. I think something you have to look at with Ethan too that adds difficulty to his runs is the different shapes that he makes, because the shapes that he makes are not necessarily easy. It definitely brings more difficulty to the trick there. And so especially that one, I don't even know what it is, where he does that transition over the wall and drops his leg like that. That one looks so sick.
Tarada, shotgun.
Yeah.
It has a lot of like a taco hold as well to it
Taco.
though. Yeah.
And yeah, that is really true. Like, having all these shapes does add difficulty because, I mean, you just have to squeeze a little tighter and you have to move your body a little bit harder to actually get into those shapes. And and so it's a lot more tiring than just throwing and letting go and landing. It's more of being active the whole time while you're in the air.
Really great finals line, Ethan. I really love your style, man, especially like going back to what Clone was saying about some of your earlier lines where your transitions themselves add difficulty to the lines as well. Yeah, you're just killing it, man. So now that we got Ethan out of the way, let's go check out what Elis did. Elis running up and double side over the gap.
was
And
so
cleanly goes into that cork right there as well, into the croc down.
Nice.
Ooh, TDR Arabian. So poppy.
That's a different way to use that.
Nice, and demon drop and finishing with scoot dub full.
Yes, sir.
So clean,
Yes, sir.
so difficult.
Yes, sir.
Classic Elis, of course.
Yes, sir.
One thing that honestly just blows my mind about this line is just his overall placement and his connections. He's so good at placing himself with his landings to be able to just transition into his next moves like seamlessly. And it's beautiful, like especially straight out of that croc down, just right back up, transitions, right into the TDR to Arabian. Like, everything's just connected so well. One thing I would say is just, I feel that scoot dub is kind of overplayed as a finishing move. It is difficult. I would just say that a lot of people do use that, so that would be the one thing I would kind of maybe almost dock him a little bit. But other than that, it's like, again, you can't ignore the cleanliness and how well he stomped everything in that line.
I do definitely find it kind of interesting how both of his most difficult tricks were both thrown off of benches that were just placed in random areas. Kind of like how he used the double side off of the bench to go over top of the gap. Like, who thinks like, oh, I'm going to put a bench here and do double side over top of this, staircase.
Yeah, one thing I gotta say about Elis is when you're on Instagram and you see him, you see a lot of like gym clips and kind of setup clips, and it kind of makes you wonder like, what is his mentality like? But then like in this season especially, he's really proved like he does have that outside mentality, and he can take really hard tricks like a double side gab and full in and different things like that outside and do it just fine and be that way. So it's not that he's a gym rat, he's just an overall athlete and really just a top competitor in general, and I can't wait to see once live competitions happen again what he'll do in those too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, before those like even closed down, he was already killing the competition scene. So definitely want to see that back up again.
I really do want to say, I like though that throughout the entire season, all of these athletes have had like very good structure to all of their lines, to where when the lines are being built, it's very thoughtful, and you can tell because like, landing and then placing yourself in a way that you can move right to the next area, and then they're having to do that within the rotations, like having to do, instead of just like a scoot full inside of a line, they're like having to scoot full hyper to place themselves in different areas. Like, it takes extra thigh, a little bit extra energy, and it shows that you're working towards these and you understand these skills and getting these skills down really, really well. So I like that a lot, seeing that.
I definitely do feel like people have been smarter with their line choices and stuff as far as like a competition format and stuff. So I definitely think it's like just because we're getting to our third season, so maybe people are just kind of have more of an idea of what we're looking for and stuff like that. But I do feel like this season we've had kind of like the smartest decisions as far as like lines go and stuff like that.
Yeah, very much.
And for the most part, a lot of athletes are really showcasing in their lines like moves they really specifically wanted to do, like kind of the highlight of the line, and you can see a lot of structure around those moves specifically, but a lot of times it hasn't docked any of the flow, and they've been able to really be creative on how they're getting to or from it, or putting it even in the middle of the line. Just like these big highlights are really like what makes it exciting.
Yeah. Really makes them enjoyable to watch.
It's just finals lines. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I know who's gonna win.
Honestly, neither do I, and I think the judges are gonna have a really hard time choosing as well.
Yeah.
I think that it's gonna be difficult, and I want to see what the voters have to say about these, and I hope that they continue to be a little bit more like detailed in their comments and telling us what they like, because we do see that people are enjoying a lot more flow over the difficulty, and so maybe we're seeing a little bit shift of what's happening inside the sport a little bit too throughout this like competition. So hope to see what happens throughout that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, so keep making your guys' comments and tell us what you like seeing in those lines, because the athletes look at it too and they have a better idea as well.
And speaking of commenting, we are actually going to put these battles up on our Instagram within a half an hour, so don't forget to go and vote for who you thought was best. Remember, only comments in the comment section will count towards votes for these athletes, so help your favorite athlete get to that final spot. We're going for first, second, and third place, and these prizes are what's up. They're brought to you by our sponsors. We got cash prizes for them too. It's gonna be sick, and we're wanting to help out the community and get this going. So do your part so we can do ours, and then Joe and Christian will come in and give their opinion, and we'll listen to them because you don't have a choice.
Yeah, it's required of you. Oh, triangle up, bro. What's up?
Circle up, man.
What's up, man? Yo, you got some square in you, bro?
Yeah, you want a hexagon in this?
You want a pentagonionio?
Whoa.
All right,
the final countdown.